in 2018. Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football, breaking down all the schedules across the nation. We are ranking them 70 all the way up to number 1. And we go to Coastal Division winner Miami, who of course won 10 straight, and were ranked as high as number 2 in the nation last season, and then fell flat on their face to 10-3 with 3 consecutive losses. This is the 51st rated schedule in the country. It's number 11 in the ACC, meaning 3 other teams in the conference have easier schedules. This is the fourth easiest schedule in the ACC. Here's why. So the Coastal Division is marginal, and Miami's the best team. So they don't have to play themselves, and that's one of the reasons why the Coastal Division is at least marginal, because Miami's the best team, and they raise the ranking of the division. But they don't play themselves, so the tougher game for them in division is Virginia Tech, and then a lot of Duke, Georgia Tech, Pitt, and the like, which are marginal teams. North Carolina and Virginia weight down the division. Who does Miami face in the Atlantic? Well, they always play Florida State, and Florida State's typically a top 10 team. They're not so much going into 2018, still a quality team, very talented roster, probably more like a fringe top 25 team this year. Miami plays Florida State, and they also play Boston College. Ironically, you would think Miami and Virginia Tech will be chief competitors for the Coastal Division Championship, and they play the exact same schedule. Miami's got BC and Virginia Tech in the other division. Miami has Florida State and BC in the other division. Virginia Tech has Florida State and BC in the other division. That's what happened this year, ironically. And Miami has to go to Blacksburg. That game is the second to last game of the season, November 17th, and that could be for all the marbles in the Coastal Division. Outside of the conference, Miami deals with LSU. Neutral site game in Arlington. LSU, not necessarily a top 10 team this year, but still ultra talented. So that's a tough game. Savannah State, Toledo, FIU round out the non-conference play. Miami with an interesting trip to Toledo. It's not necessarily going to be bitter cold September 15th, but with Miami going out of conference in recent years to lesser group of 5 schools like Appalachian State. They were supposed to go to Arkansas State. That game was canceled, of course, last year. Then the trip to the Glass City of Toledo. So LSU, Savannah State, and Toledo, and Florida International, probably slightly less than a marginal non-conference schedule despite the presence of one LSU. The Coastal Division is marginal. Florida State and Boston College to deal with out of the Atlantic Division. It's the 11th rated schedule in the country. It's number 51 in the country, number 11 in the ACC. It belongs to those Miami Hurricanes. Mark Rogers TV, of course, evaluating all the schedules. We rank them 70 all the way up to number 1, which sets the stage for us to preview the season, preview each team, and predict every record and the standings in the college football playoff participants later, right here on Mark Rogers TV, the voice of college football.